So here's the thing, if you're not doing this, then you have a lot of untapped potential for your channel. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, in my previous video, linked below, I went on to explain how Alex Hormozi has gone viral because he hasn't just made long form content. He takes that long form that he maybe records for 1 to 2 days a month and produces multiple pieces of content in multiple formats that he can post every single day for weeks and weeks on end. Now, Alex Hormozi may have been one of the first people to start this trend, but people like Mr Beast are literally making stories just for their shorts now because they see the potential that short form content has as opposed to just long form by itself. So the entire point of today's video is how you need to start using short form content and repurposing your long form content so that you can increase the potential that your channel and content overall has, so you can reach more and more people across social media. Now, you may not like shorts, you may have got into YouTube for doing long form pieces of content over 5 minutes, over 10 minutes, maybe documentary style like on my other channel where I post now 20-minute plus videos. But you need to understand the potential that short form content has for marketing your main pieces of content. You may not like short form, much like I wasn't really a fan of TikTok or Reels when they were first coming out, but when you see the potential that that has for marketing your long form content, you see that it is a non-negotiable when it comes to trying to get people to see your longer form content. Because you see, if you have 100 million people a day in a given niche looking at certain content just on short form, that's 100 million people that probably weren't looking at long form content because they didn't have the effort to watch a 10 or 20 minute video, but they'll happily watch a 20 to 30 second video and then maybe go to your channel and subscribe, or because they come across your channel, they finally see your long form content and decide they'll give it a watch at some point. And that is a person that you didn't originally have seeing your content that you now have because you made a short from your long form and now you have a brand new viewer purely because you repurposed your content. So I hope that gives you an understanding of the importance of repurposing your content into short form, because you may not be a fan of it, much like I'm not really a fan of short form content, but I understand how crucial it is to be making shorts from my long form so that the people that only really watch shorts have the ability to actually come across my content, maybe take some tips and tricks away from it, and if they want, they can come across my channel, subscribe if they want, like my longer videos, and maybe continue watching them. And also, a second reason for why repurposing your content into short form is so important is not only because of the people that don't normally watch long form content, but also because of how much more content it gives you overall. You see, if you're posting once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, you only really have 1 to 4 videos max per month. So if you upload weekly and you can create anywhere from 3 to 5 shorts from that, that gives you a nearly daily supply of content for your audience and for your channel overall. And even if you're uploading monthly, if you can upload every other day because you have 3 to 5 or more shorts from your long form, then you've got a much bigger supply of content for your audience. And if you've watched my video on the algorithm link below, you understand how there is a tiny factor in which the consistency of your content is being distributed, and especially different types of content. So if you don't just have long form, but you also have some short form content in shorts form, then that is great for the algorithm as well and will help you, like I mentioned earlier, bring more people to your channel. And another point with having more content on your channel is not only can you just get more views purely by making more content from your existing content, is that increases the viewership of your channel, your watch time, the engagement across your channel overall, and because of all those factors, that's increasing revenue across your channel. So now we've got most of the whys out of the way, how do we actually go about repurposing our long form content into short form? So it's actually really simple.
Oh, that's cool.
In fact, you probably already do it a little bit already. So there are a few ways of doing this, but I kind of like to think of these 3 main ways to repurpose your long form content into short form, and in no particular order really. So number 1 is simply finding clips that might work for shorts whilst you're editing the main long form piece of content. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this part, you may already be doing this anyway when you're trying to work out the structure of your video. Because if you're trying to work out the best hook or the best pattern interruption for that specific part of the video, then you're kind of already creating highlights from those moments. So number 2 is a slightly lazier way, but still a very efficient way of letting AI find me shorts that I can use. I use Opus Pro and Video, which are 2 AI editors that I mentioned in my previous video, and I simply pop my YouTube video link in there or upload the raw file into Video. Opus doesn't allow that yet, and I simply let them create me shorts from the piece of content that it thinks will work well. So number 2 is a slightly lazier, but in my opinion much more efficient and time-saving way of getting shorts from my long form. So the AI is fantastic in generating 5 to 10 or more shorts from the long form piece of content, and per clip it's probably saving me half an hour in creating the animated captions that work really well in shorts. So over the course of a week, I'm probably saving an entire day's worth of time creating shorts that I would have not given AI in the first place, and just letting it spend 20 minutes create those super engaging shorts. But when it does come to AI, like I said, I like to use it as a bit more of a tool than just a straight up AI editor for me. And this is where number 3 comes in. So my final point with number 3 is I like to let AI do about 75% of the work, but not quite all of it. Because in my opinion so far I've seen it likes to leave a few gaps and often doesn't have the best hook or outro. So I'll typically upload my clip to Video, my long form that is, I'll let it generate 5 to 10 or more shorts, download those without captions so I can put them back into Premiere, my editing software of choice. Then I'll make it refined as possible by adding the best hook, making sure the outro is as good as possible, add some decent pattern interruptions by adding some B-roll or stock footage as well that obviously the AI won't add but I need to add in the first place. Then I simply put those shorts back into Video, it will generate me the captions, and then that is ready to upload across social media and especially as shorts on YouTube. So that's about it. I hope that you can go on to repurposing your long form content into multiple short form pieces and using those final 3 steps to find out the best way for you to turn your long form into the most engaging short form pieces of content possible. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful in any way, then please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want more YouTube tips and tricks on how to grow a successful YouTube channel. Also, if you're looking for further support with your channel, whether it is repurposing content or any other part of your channel, then check out the link below where we help monetize creators scale their channel from wherever it is now into a long-term profitable, sustainable, long-term YouTube business. So there we go. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video and thanks again for watching. If you want to find out more about making ultra clickable titles or extremely engaging thumbnails, then check out the links below. Otherwise, thanks very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.